Welcome back to another episode of the Real Madrid career mode, where last episode we kicked things off and we went ahead and started our season off with the first two games against Athletic Bilbao and UD Almeria, in which we won a combined total of 9-1 out of both games. And the star striker that we have signed, not Kylian Mbappe, that will come at a later date. However, Julian Alvarez, he has 6 goals in his first 2 games. He has been absolutely tearing up La Liga in the early. Actually, in fact, he has 7 goals, not even 6. He has 7 goals. He had 4 in the first game against Bilbao. He had 3 against the game against Almeria. We're going to look to continue his fine form. We still have 120 million to spend if we want to spend it. Obviously, I'm leaving it up to y'all in the comments, mostly for January. Hopefully, by then we can go have a better estimate of what we need in this team. The one signing I'm for sure making, probably it will have to end up being in December, is signing Kylian Mbappe on a free for the start of next season. In today's episode, we are going to go ahead and get through the rest of this transfer window, where we may or may not do any more business. We will go ahead and kick off our Champions League campaign, and we might even play the Madrid derby in this episode as well. So go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what player you want me to sign in January. And in fact, 92% of y'all people watching these videos are not subscribed. So just go and hit that red button. You don't have to turn on notifications. Hit the red button, watch the video all the way through. You can even watch at 2x speeds. Let's go and help me out here. Start of 2024, we are going to look to be bigger and better things. Starting off here with this Real Madrid career mode. And hopefully this can bring us that Champions League triple doing in a row once again. We went ahead and loaned out Dani Ceballos to Cadiz for 2 years. We'll let him go. Honestly, he's never going to be in the part of the team. If anything, he was just a rotational player, so he has been gone. Now, there is one player that I do want to bring into the team besides Mbappe. It is Ousmane Diomande, a center back that is 19 years old. Now, we obviously won't be at this Real Madrid for too long, maybe 3-4 seasons max before we move on to the next career mode, as we are obviously looking to win Champions League 3 times in a row. That is the objective. And within the 3 to 4 year period, Diomande could become a great center back option. So we are going to go ahead and sign him up as a current backup for now. We might even loan him out this season to let him grow somewhere else. But we were going to go ahead and bring him in for around, we're going to offer him pretty much his market value, see what they say. They might even accept it. They want Carvajal. Now, I wouldn't be opposed to allowing Carvajal to go. That would mean I have to bring in a right backup for Martinez, which isn't the end of the world. Can I do that? And in fact, I think I can, honestly. I think I can. I think I could let Dani Carvajal go. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Dani Carvajal is going to be included in this swap deal. He's going to go over to Portugal. We are going to go ahead and bring in Diomande, which means I'm going to have to go ahead and look for a new right back backup for Martinez. Martinez was going to break into the first team anyway. Probably after, first 6 months of the season, he was going to be in the first team. So might as well just do it now, get a right back backup in to bring him in. But here we go. Sporadic. He wants a 4-year contract. We're going to obviously have to offer a release clause. I think there's a player that I didn't offer a release clause that I accidentally went ahead and just delegated it. So I might have to go and replace that. He $38.2 million for the release clause. His current wages is $5K. We're going to raise that by $25K. And hopefully accepts $30K. That might even be a little bit too much for him. It's a reasonable offer. We're definitely overpaying his wages there. But the signing number, I guess technically 4 this season, Smith Rowe is a loanee. So real signing number 3. And seeing as they have just gotten a right back from us, we're going to go right back to the Portuguese club here at Sporting and try and bring in even Fresnada into the team. We're going to go ahead and offer him a value of around 4.4, pretty much his market value. Really. He does have a release clause of 13 million. The little computer AI thing said I can get him for around 5.2. So we are going to go ahead and just offer 5.2. We're going to try and get this as cheap as possible. He will be a backup, and he's honestly not even a bad backup. He is one of the top prospects for a right back. Obviously, we want to keep this in Spain as well as much as possible, besides obviously key players. So we're going to go ahead and keep it in Spain. Even Fresnada will be coming into the team. He will be a backup to Martinez. And a 16 million release clause. Now, my my rule for myself that I'm going to try and set is if any release clause gets triggered, I will go ahead and let it go through unless the release clause is within 10 to 15 million of the player's current value. Obviously, somebody like even Fresnada, we signed him for 4 million. His value is probably around that 5-6 million mark. His release clause is 16, so if his release clause gets triggered within the next however long, and then his value is close to what, 15, honestly, well, not even that, like 10 to like 15 to 20, even above it, we will go ahead and just delegate a new contract and obviously bring in a new release clause. And then we would put him on the transfer list just to see if we can get any offers further on from there. But that is the rule for the series as even Fresnada comes into the team. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it as Spanish as it probably should be pronounced. And we are going to go ahead and see if Alvarez's fine form can continue a couple days later in real life. Actually, probably even a lot later, probably a week or two later. We're going to go ahead and quick sim this game. The starting 11 is, as you see on screen, scrapped. There's no changes besides Martinez starting now as our starting right back. We still have Lucas Vasquez as the club, which I did not know. And Alvarez, he's going to continue scoring as he gets a brace in a 2-0 win here against Celta Vigo. That's now 9 goals in 3 games. He's averaging a hat-trick per game, which is absolutely insane from the young man. We have just received an offer for Toni Kroos from Chelsea. Now, obviously, Toni Kroos, a Real Madrid kind of legend, also a German legend, obviously a legend of football entirely. A little bit of clown in my eyes, honestly, just because of just some other things he's been doing lately. We are going to go ahead and see if we can get around 40 to 45 million, and if we can, we will go ahead and open to selling him. That will open the door for Camavinga to drop back onto the bench and be another backup option. Obviously, Toni Kroos, he won't be here forever. He is getting up there, and honestly, he's not going to be much used after this season. So if we can cash in now, that would be great. If not, we might just have to let him deteriorate and sell him on next season. Decline 45 million. We're going to go down to 43.5. And honestly, it is looking like it's not going to happen. I'm just going to go straight down to 40. This is about as low as I'm going to go at the moment. We were optimistic. Okay, so they said no. So Toni Kroos will stay here. Another offer for star midfielder Federico Valverde, this time from Real Madrid's El Clasico rivals Barcelona. We are not willing to sell him, however, if we can get close to 200 or 250, pretty much his release clause, it's something that we would have to think about. We're going to go straight in 250, and they will probably instantly walk out the door, but that is exactly what they would need to spend if they were to wish to bring in Mr. Valverde. 240 million. They are going only up to 200. Let's go ahead and go down to 225. That is about as low as I will sell them to Barcelona for, to be honest. And optimistic, they say no, so get out of here. Arda Güler has been loaned out for 2 years. It will probably only end up being 1 year. However, he has been loaned out. He is not currently part of the plans, and obviously with injury in real life, he really hasn't gotten the time of light here at Real Madrid. Hopefully that can fix up soon in 2024. Same exact starting 11 to take on Getafe, as we are going to go ahead and quick sim it. This will be the only game we quick sim in today's episode. We'll go ahead and play Real Sociedad, Union Berlin, and Atletico Madrid. We're going to go ahead and quick sim it, and Vinny Jr. is going to go ahead and score in the 70th minute to go ahead and give us a 1-0 win. Julian Alvarez's goal streak ends at 3. But he's still on fine form with 9 goals in 4 games. That's not terrible for him. We will now take on Real Sociedad, who is a perfect 4 from 4 as well. Only conceding 1 goal alongside us. Obviously, Barcelona is up there as well as a perfect 4 from 4. So we're going to go ahead and have a tough game as our first game of the episode. This is their starting 11, a 4-3-3 holding. They have Alex Romero in net, Traore, Zubadelda, Lee Norman, Ihan, Zubamendi, Brias Mendes, Newhouse, Takubo, Correa, and Zacharian as their left winger. They have Moretti on the bench, Andre Silva on the bench. They have Austin FC player Driussi on the bench. That's interesting to see. This is your starting 11. Here, Vinny Jr., Alvarez, Rodriguez, our front 3. Midfield trio of Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham. Mendy starts instead of Fran Garcia, and that is pretty much all the other changes. There's some changes on the bench, though. Camavinga is going to go ahead and take Cruz's spot, and then Diamande is going to take off Fernandez's spot on the bench. Let's go and get to our first game of the episode against Real Sociedad. Here we go. Real Sociedad, they are a perfect 4 for 4. They've only conceded 1 goal. So have we. This is going to be a very defensive battle. This might be a low-scoring game. Alvarez, he'll turn. He'll find Bellingham in towards Vinny Jr. The shot got off. Romero will save it off a deflection. Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham will open the scoring. 24 minutes in. And Jude Bellingham, the star Englishman on top of the world at the moment, goes ahead and gives Real Madrid the lead. Newhouse, Correa, Kubo, and a quick equalizer. Back to level terms. It's 1-1. They go now in towards Arnu. Arnu quickly into Valverde. That was intercepted. Bellingham got tripped up. That's going to be a foul for us, surely. It is going to be a free kick for us. Pretty much on top of the box. It's going to have to be a whip in towards the box. It's Rudiger on the header, possibly. He does get the header off, but it's not a hard one. It will be straight into Romero's hands. Mendy, a heavy touch. Vinny Jr., Valverde. Valverde will give us the lead again. Federico Valverde, the midfielders are getting the job done at the moment. It's 2-1 for Real Madrid. The corner comes in. It's going to be Valverde possibly headed away. No. Kepa will grab it, and that will be halftime. 2-1 up at the break here. 45 minutes to go. 3 changes in the 60th minute here. Get some fresh legs. Get some first legs. It might be Camavinga's first game here this season. Valverde crossed in. Alaba header. The keeper can't get past the power. And Real Madrid go ahead and double their lead. 3-1. And that will put us in pole position here to end this game with a perfect 5 for 5 record. Ian, Andre Silva, Newhouse, they're just looking for a consolation goal. Correa, and they might get it. It's 3-2. There's enough time for them to actually draw a level as well. But sometimes this is what you got to do. Arnu will look to find Smith Rowe now. Smith Rowe in towards the box. Maybe it's going to fall for Bellingham. The volley deflected multiple times. It's going to go out for a goal kick, which will mean the game is over. A 3-2 win. We remain perfect. And we give Real Sociedad their first L of the season. And we are now 5 for 5, 15 points. Why is the camera tracking Camavinga? He did not have that great of a game. I mean, he didn't really have to do much. So, in fact, we actually are replicating their first 5 matches as well. I guess their schedule is the exact same. Their schedule is the exact same. I didn't think it was the same for League on games that it is on here. I guess it is to a certain extent until games start getting rescheduled and stuff. So they won all first 5 of their league games, including that 2-1 win against Real Sociedad, which was a 3-1 win for us. They did win their first Champions League game, which was against Union Berlin. So we are going to go ahead and replicate that. They did lose to Atletico Madrid, so we're going to have to try and rectify that. We're going to go ahead and rotate the team slightly. Well, not really slightly. It's kind of in the midfield rotation here. Vinny Jr. Alvarez remain at starting spot there. Smith Rowe's going to start instead of Rodrigo on the right-hand side here. So we're going to go ahead and start him in Champions League football. Give him his Champions League debut. Forever, obviously. Madrid, Camavinga, and Brahim Diaz is going to go ahead and start in the midfield. Seeing as we have Brahim Diaz, might as well use him. We're going to look to sell him later on. We have Garcia starting at left back, Alaba starting at center back. Fresneda is going to start at right back instead of Martinez, and Diamande is going to go ahead and get his first game at the club as well at center back against Union Berlin. Let's see if we can continue the fine form into the Champions League. Jonovic, Hyber, Voiland, Juranic, it's header. Fresneda deflected the header, and it will deflect in the path of Gosens. Kepa was already going for the initial header, and therefore Gosens had a free header into the back of the net, and we find ourselves behind 1-0 to Union Berlin. I mean, Fresneda did well to deflect that. Kepa just thought it was going to come at him anyway. Short corner, Brahim. Back to Modric. Modric in towards the box. Alaba had a free header if it got to him. It didn't. Smith Rowe at the top of the box. He'll blast that over the bar. He'll be out for a goal kick. Harbour. Voiland. Harbour. Back to Voiland now. Alaba trying to defend that. Camavinga. Shot gets off, and it's 2-0. And we find ourselves in real trouble here. Maybe suffering our first L of the season. Not the form we would want to be going into the Atletico derby. Brahim Diaz now. Alvarez, Smith Rowe, it's a bad pass. Modric, we'll go ahead and get one back. It's a little bit, was that a kickoff goal? I think that might have been a kickoff goal. It wasn't a fast kickoff goal, but it was definitely a methodical one. And it's 2-1. Fresnada will win the ball back. Fresnada now. Can he find somebody? He'll find Alvarez. Alvarez now. He'll get past the defender. Can he get the shot on target? Yes, he does. And Alvarez is back to scoring ways. He took 2 games off against Getafe and Sociedad, but he's back in the Champions League, giving us the draw. I almost say giving us the lead. He's drawing us level now. 2 unanswered goals here. Can we get the third and complete the comeback? Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham. Out wide now for Fresnada. Fresnada back in for Rodrigo. Now in for Valverde. Valverde on his left foot, straight at the keeper. Valverde, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, still with Jude Bellingham. Can he find Rodrigo? Yes, Rodrigo will find Alvarez. Touch, can't get the shot off. And it's going to be a 2-2 draw. If Alvarez could get the shot off there, we win the game and continue our winning streak. The winning streak ends at 5, but we are still undefeated in our first 6 games. Now time to go against Madrid in the Madrid derby. Barcelona has continued their perfect record as well to start the season, 5 for 5. We have only scored 3 more goals in there. That's all there is into that little just title race there. Atletico Madrid are currently sitting in 7th with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. 10 goals for, 6 goals against. So their defense should be a little bit more open than what Real Sociedad was. So this could turn into a goal fest. This is going to be your starting 11. We're going to go ahead and start Vinny Jr., Alvarez, Rodrigo, Valverde, Bellingham, Tchouaméni. And in fact, Modric was so good last time. We are going to go ahead and keep Modric onto the field, and he's going to go ahead and play there. And in fact, we're going to have to go ahead and do this slightly. We're going to have to rotate it just a little bit here. We're going to have to put Jude Bellingham on the left-hand side, Modric on the right-hand side. That way he has a Trivela from the weak foot there on his weak right foot. Bellingham, Alvarez, Vinny Jr. splits the defenders. Vinny Jr. will find the back of the net. And we have the lead here against Atletico Madrid. 7 minutes into the game. It's 1-0. We are looking to rectify that 3-1 loss that they took in real life against this team. Back in, when did they play him? When was it? It was literally September. It was the same time. They lost 3-1. Did they score first is the question? No. Morata scored in the 4th minute. They were down 2-0 before Real Madrid got their first goal of that game. Valverde short. Alvarez back to Valverde, crossing towards the box. Jude Bellingham will have an easy header into the back of the net to make it 2-0. We've been at the doorstep asking. It's been all Real Madrid. That's a good ball to Morata. Chance to half in the deficit right before halftime. Saul, and that's exactly what will happen. 2-1 going to the break. Love that from EA. There's going to be David Alaba on the free kick here. Can he get on over the wall and into the back of the net? That might be too soft. It might hit the wall. It doesn't. It goes into the back of the net. And David Alaba makes it 3-1 here against Atletico. And we are in cruise control once again. Same scenario from the Real Sociedad game. Taking that 3-1 lead. Keeper cannot get to this. I thought it was going to hit the wall, to be honest. I didn't think I put enough power onto it to lift it over the wall. It's actually enough lift just over the wall and under the bar. And All Black can't save that one. Undefeated streak extends now to 7 as Memphis Depay in towards Rodrigo De Paul. That's saved by Kepa out for a corner. Obviously won't matter too much what happens at this moment, as we are going to go ahead and win. And in fact, the keeper is up, so if we can clear it, we might even... Oh, Rodrigo De Paul actually got a head to it, and he finds the back of the net. It's 3-2. It's literally a repeat of the Real Sociedad game. Take the 3-1 lead. They get the 3-2 consolation goal to make it a little bit closer than what it really was. Honestly, even them scoring 2 goals was closer than what this entire game was, as Smith Rowe is just going to dribble by multiple defenders here until the referee blows his whistle, and we are going to go ahead and win 3-2 against Atletico Madrid. We're going to rectify this situation that happened in real life, the game that happened in real life, that 3-1 defeat they suffered. We go and turn around into a 3-2 win for us, and we remain perfect in La Liga. And that's exactly what will happen. Barcelona will remain perfect. We will remain perfect. They are closing on the goal for, and they took in the lead, I guess, on goal against. Rayo Vallecano is up there as well. They've drew one game. They've won 5 games. Las Palmas is up next. They have 2 points. We're going to just go ahead and simulate the passes game against Las Palmas. They have 2 points. If we lose or draw this game, I'm ending the series. I can't lie. We should be winning this game, and it's actually taken a 76-minute winner from David Alaba as Vinny Jr. scores in 12th minute. It's a 2-1 win against Las Palmas, and that extends our winning streak to 7 now. 8 undefeated in a row, 7 in a row. And what league leaders Girona, or title contenders Girona in real life, are currently sitting in 11th with 2 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. They are not doing that great either. Barcelona remain perfect as well to end today's episode. A perfect 7 for 7. This is this is insane. I'm doing better on Ultimate than I was on Legendary, which is insane. I might go back down to Legendary. But we're going to go ahead and kick things off. We won't play Girona, honestly. We just won't. We'll play Napoli. We might play Sevilla. We might sim past SC Braga and play Barcelona. We're either going to sim against Sevilla or Braga. We're going to go ahead and quick sim these 2 league games there, play Napoli, and play Barcelona in El Clasico for tomorrow's episode. So go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this career mode. Peace out.